Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something clicked.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny. I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Anyway, so the whole thing was a bit traumatic. I mean, it's inherently traumatic, but there was some add-ons as well. And then it's been really painful. It was really painful for the last 2 weeks, and it turns out that's because the bone had moved, so it all had to be reset, and yada yada yada. Shit. So I think I've found a comfy place at the moment, and I've taken some tramadol. That I don't know if that's the name you use for it, but it's an opiate-based painkiller anyway. Very, very, very low dose. But I think that's kicking in. So I'm good to go.
Okay.
But thank you for listening to that story anyway.
Thanks for sharing it.
Yeah. Feels a bit self-indulgent, but it's nice to have someone listen to it.
It's good context.
Yeah. And it also turns out that, so I'm going to have the cast on for 6 weeks, but the initial accident happened 2 weeks ago, or actually closer to 3 weeks now, which meant that if you took the 6 weeks from the day it happened, the cast would be off by the time Mum's 100th birthday was here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now that it's been reset, the clock resets as well. So the 6 weeks starts again. So it looks like I'm going to be in a cast and it's not that it's going to make a big difference, except that it means every bugger will come and ask me, what did you do? How did it happen? How are you feeling? That, and I just, having just said thanks for listening to me, that was really nice. The idea of having a dozen people coming up and asking me.
Yeah.
I just, God.
We can just point them to this recording.
Yeah. My daughter actually told me, she said, I had a kid in my class once who had a cast on, and you know how people sign the cast and draw pictures. He only had one thing on his cast, and in great big huge black letters it said, "I fell off the swing."
Nice.
I just thought that I get it, buddy. I get it. So maybe I can just write on the cast. I fell over. I'm fine. Oh gosh,
Funny.
that's funny. Anyway.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to it's a Saturday here. And I don't usually talk to you on a weekend, so that feels a little bit odd as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to, prep for the session and think what I'd like to do, and it's just hasn't happened.
Okay. I prepped a little bit by listening to our last call.
Yes, although that was a wee while ago now. Sorry,
Yeah.
can you remind me?
Sure. And the recording might have been messed up, so I only listened to most of it. But let me see if I can remember.
Yeah, just one little thing might give me a thread to pull on.
What's standing out the most to me is that towards the end of the call, you became overwhelmed by the sad part that wipes everything away.
Right. That's right. Yes. Yes, I don't remember what came before that, but yes, I remember that. And
I remember what came before that also. It was to do with you wrote something, and the part was saying we had to do this even though it was dishonest, and another part was saying, and there were parts feeling like no one asked me how I felt, and
yes, that's right. That was that whole brouhaha with one of the sisters. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. Oh my goodness. Yes. And I think I want to forget about that, Bruce. I'm not interested in focusing on that. But I do think that, but I do remember at the end there was this thing where you and I both at the same time, I think, kind of said something along about the sadness comes in. It's the sadness that wipes the memories out. That's right. There was an image of a beach for me with the wave coming up.
That's right.
And yeah. And that really stuck with me because the not remembering things has always been such a puzzle for me. But that started to feel like it was the beginning of some insight into that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the sadness that wipes it all out.
Yeah.
And so many times, well, it's maybe I'm misremembering, but it feels like it's quite common in our sessions for me to end up with the sadness coming in and sorry, just have to move my arm. With the sadness coming in and the sadness coming in and closing everything down, and little Miss Perky waiting in the wings to come in and oh dear, she's a hoot, that one.
Yes. Yeah.
She's so good at what she, she just kind of like magic,
Yeah, and the sadness too.
The sadness
Really,
too.
yeah, really powerful and really effective.
Oh, yes. Yes, they're both really good at their jobs. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So those are some
Okay, so that
potential
was last one.
trailheads.
Yeah. Yes. The other thing that's been happening a lot over the last little while is I'm a bit embarrassed about this, but is I guess it's a critic part. I haven't given it a name really, but it's a part of me that brings up something that I have said or done somewhere in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and so it could be from a long time ago, could be from last year, could be from
Mm-hmm.
last week, and it just yells at me what a stupid fucking thing that was, and
Yeah.
and the embarrassing part of that is that I quite often smack myself,
Mm-hmm.
like literally
Mm-hmm.
hit my thigh,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird. That's very weird.
Mm-hmm.
Feels weird. And
Okay.
that's been happening a lot over the last little while. So,
Okay. Would you like to have a minute or two of meditation to
yeah, I
settle
think
and
so.
see? Okay.
Let's just do a minute to start with.
Okay. I will set a timer.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi.
How would you like to start?
So there's two things happening right now. One is the sadness, and I think we might have to go there. But the other one is yelling at me and saying, "You never asked James how he was. You just talked about yourself."
Mm-hmm.
So how are you? How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, honeybees moved in. I put up a swarm box every year and catch feral honeybees, and that's always exciting when they finally move in. And
Yay.
feeling really productive lately, finding all my boxes checked at the end of the day, and that's
Wow.
a nice feeling.
That's super. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I ever told you, but the school where my daughter teaches, they have honeybee hives at the school, and the kids go and sort of, they take turns to manage the
Nice.
bees, and they've just taken some honey off, and she got one of the kids to draw a label for the honey,
Right.
with mum's name on it. So she's going to give the honey to mum for her birthday with the label drawn by, from her honeybees, with a label drawn by one of her kids. It's really sweet. It's
Is it very sweet?
Yeah, it's lovely. And so good for the kids to be able to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
They've got gardens as well. They grow veggies, and then once a week or once a fortnight or something, they cook a meal with the veggies that they grew in their garden. So
nice.
Anyway, that's all good.
Okay.
So be the universality of bees. Thank you. I'm glad you're good.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've definitely got the sadness here.
Okay. Just welcome.
At the beginning of the session instead of the end.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. Because it is so often what comes and wipes the other work. It tries to wipe the other work away. And so we only ever spend 10 or 20 minutes with it.
Yeah. It's very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a bit scared of it.
Yeah, fear of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Maybe we can tune into that fearful one first.
Okay.
Okay. What does it want us to know about what's scary about the sadness?
Well, this happens and I can't talk.
Okay. And it's scary when you can't talk?
I can't do anything.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It just means I'm non-functioning.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I can see that being scary. So I'm hoping that whatever part we talked with today, we can get space from so that the sadness isn't overwhelming or making it impossible to talk or function, so that we can get to know it again kind of across the table. But I can see why, yeah, if you're totally blended with the sadness, why that would be scary.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, we could give it a try, and if it's not willing to unblend, then maybe we just say, okay, we won't. Either it can talk to me, or we'll try it another time.
Yeah. Just give me a moment and I'll see what.
Okay.
It's kind of feeling like it's kind of feeling like there's only two options, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it's either be sad or be perky, and there's nothing in between.
Mm. Okay.
And sadness is kind of saying, what is it saying? It's very mocking. It mocks me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's saying, you're so stupid. If I step back, perky will just come in, and that's, you choose which one.
Okay. Yeah. So I would love to get to know sadness. I've gotten to know the perkiness, I think, a bit, and so I would like to set up a space where there is a third option and that sadness steps back, but that we could also look out for perkiness and ask it for space if it wants to jump in.
Yeah, it's pretty eager.
Perkiness is?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe we could kind of negotiate that with the perky part. You know, give it a few minutes to let us know what it needs and just see if it will be okay making space.
So what do we do with it? Because Perky's ready to jump in.
Okay.
Like she's right here. She's right here.
Can we let the
Is that
perky
what
part
we-
jump in for a moment, and then we can just spend a moment with it, and then we'll try to ask that perky part if it needs anything from us in order to give us space.
Okay.
Perky part is welcome.
Yeah, she knows that. She's the
Yeah,
one
it's
that
kind of her
sorts out-
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, she sorts out the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, she's pretty much here. She doesn't take long.
Yeah. She sorts out the stuff? Or
Yeah,
she
yeah.
kind of tucks it under the rug.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean
Yeah,
that in any condescending way.
No. Yeah, she diverts attention. Not just mine, but everybody else's, in the real world as well.
Of course, yeah. And
Yeah.
that is an important job to do.
Certainly is.
Yes.
So,
I get that.
Yeah.
How does this perky part feel about the sad part?
It's annoying and a waste of time and space and energy.
Yeah. And it uses a considerable amount of time and energy.
Yeah. That's why she has to be so that's why she has to be so definite in what she does.
Right.
There's no blurry edges, no area for compromise. It's either on or off.
Yep, I get it.
Yeah.
And how does she feel about just letting us get to know the sad part to see what else we can learn about it? If we could do it without blending with it.
Well, intellectually, she can see that might be useful, or or something that might be possible.
Yep.
But intellectually, she can see that. Reality-wise, she just thinks it's the dumbest idea.
Yeah. Because the sad part's been around so long and nothing else
She knows the sad part like the back of her hand, which is a very weird thing to say. It's kind of like they are, they are the other side of each other. Well, of course they are. Yes, of course they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's moved a little bit. She's not saying a definite no, but she's not saying yes, and she is flashing up every kind of warning sign that she can conjure up.
Okay.
So there's bells and there's flags and there's whistles and there's signs and there's
okay. And the big concern or the biggest concerns from her are we try to get to know the sad part.
The biggest concerns are that we won't be able to, and
Okay.
that it will wipe me out, and that the only solution to that is for her to come in and do what she's doing now. And what would be the point of her leaving, only for her to have to come back and do it all over again? Like, she might as well just stay.
I get that. Yeah. Okay. I want to
Yeah.
just acknowledge everything, validate everything she said. We might not be able to get to know the sad part. I
Yeah.
think that's correct. We might not accomplish much there. I'm personally okay with that, giving it a try. The wiping you out is something I'd like to know more about and think of a way we can look out for that. How can we get to know the sad part without it wiping you out?
Oh, I see. That's a pretty weird idea.
I have one idea, but I'd like to hear any of yours first.
Can you ask the question again?
How can we get to know the sad part without it overwhelming, without it wiping you out?
Yeah, it's almost like the question doesn't quite, I can't compute it.
Because that's kind of what sadness does, is
Yes.
it overwhelms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can we get to know the sad without it wiping me out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay. Can I offer an idea?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay. We could try asking the sad part, and like, if it does want to be known, if it will agree not to do that, if it will agree to stay on its side of the table, or at whatever distance feels like it's not wiping you out.
Actually, you know what? I've just had a thought. It's something that Christine Dixon says sometimes.
Oh, please. Yeah.
She says to ask it for an amount of time, like even if it's just 10 seconds, you know.
Yes.
I think maybe I could try that.
Okay. And then maybe we could come up with like a backup plan. If the sadness does feel like it's starting to overwhelm and wiping you out, what do we do then?
Well, Perky's just waiting there.
Great. We'll call on Perky.
Yeah.
Okay. I can try to help with that.
Yeah.
So thanks, Perky Part, for brainstorming with us and for being there.
She cracks me up, man. She's going, cheer, bro, which is a very Kiwi saying. Cheer, meaning good, great, thanks, perfect, wonderful, good on you.
Great.
You know,
Awesome.
Means everything. So, cheer, bro.
Okay. So she's nearby. We're all looking for we're all going to look for Wipeout, and we're going to ask the sadness. We're going to negotiate about time spent with it.
Yeah.
And see if it will agree not to overwhelm you.
I need to see if I can do that negotiation.
Okay.
Actually, the first thing I'm telling it is, oh goodness, I've got to be careful. I sort of had an idea that I should let it know that it belongs here. But
that makes it stronger. Okay.
So perhaps that wasn't a good idea.
Okay. We could just take a step back. Ask it to take a step back. Tell it we really want to do this right and in a way that feels safe.
Okay, Perky just stepped in again.
Hey, Perky.
Hey,
what do you think?
Sure, bro.
Yeah.
That was a bit too close for comfort.
Okay. Maybe, yeah. It sounded like we went with the saying it belongs here, and then that kind of made it come on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, she's relaxed back a bit again. She's saying, go on then, have another go.
Thank you. All right, what is our plan this time?
So not to go with just to see about the time thing. Just see if I can...
Yeah. Could ask the sadness if it'll be willing to unblend and let you see it for 10 seconds?
Yeah, I'm going for a bit longer actually because it's already been more than that.
Great.
Yeah, okay. It won't give me a time. What it's saying is you can do it until I want it to stop. I don't know how long that will be. So I guess that's okay. I guess that's...
Until the sad part wants it to stop?
Yes.
Okay.
Until the sad part wants to stop being unblended. Does that make sense?
Sure. Can it give us a warning first?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, let me...
How do we...
Yeah. Oh, God. It's pretty graphic. It says it'll reach out and grab me by the throat.
Okay.
Oh, God.
All right.
That's not very good.
Not ideal. Does the sad part want to be seen and known? And understood?
Maybe understood. The seen and known doesn't mean much to it.
Okay. Okay. And can it warn you before the grabbing of the throat? I also want to say I appreciate that it is brainstorming. I mean...
Yeah.
A all of these parts.
Oh God. I don't know if I can do this, James.
Okay. We certainly don't have to. Okay. Step back out. Let's turn away from that if it's too much. You tried, we're experimenting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this part is we've seen it before. It comes in hard. It overwhelms. And it didn't sound like it was too eager to negotiate when its first offer was grab you by the throat. So we can step back away from it. We can call on Perky.
Yeah.
We can talk about anything you like. We can go to any part. We can take a break. We can tell jokes.
Perky likes the idea of that.
Okay.
But she doesn't have any offhand.
I got one.
Oh, go on then. Go.
Okay. Let's see. Damn. Delivery is important with jokes.
Because you remember the punchline if you don't remember anything leading up to it.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
Take your time.
Okay. Why couldn't the motorcycle go to the car show?
The which show?
Why couldn't the motorcycle go to the car show?
Oh, go to the car show.
Yeah.
Something to do with the number of wheels.
Yep. That's the joke. It was too tired.
Oh God.
All right.
Good
That's
job. Awful. I love awful dad jokes. They're so good. They're so awfully good.
All right. Well, we got through that too. We're doing a lot of experimentation. Phew.
Phew.
Yeah, it's tough work.
Yeah. It was hard. I'm sorry that didn't work.
I'm still really happy to be working with you and to be trying new things, to be learning new things, and to learn, we're learning boundaries with this part.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
The sad part is not gone completely.
Mm-hmm.
And she's nodding her head and saying, yeah, fucking boundaries is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She likes boundaries?
Yes, I think so. I think she boundaries. She only has, it's kind of like it's this black or white thing again.
Mm-hmm.
That there's only one boundary and it's either there or it's not. It's either absolute or it's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a lot of that either or, black and white.
And yet here we are hearing from her.
Yes.
But I get it. I respect that.
Yeah. It's the only way that black and white, full on or full stop, that's the only way that I think it's both of these parts really.
Yeah.
Together, I think it's the only way that those two parts together have been able to find to make life work in any way.
Yeah. They do clean sweep, full wash out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sound really valuable.
Yeah. They've kept things ticking over.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure the kids were looked after and the washing was done and
That's sounds like an insight.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that came up was that they care about the kids being looked after.
Yeah. The dog didn't always get a walk, but the kids got looked after.
Wow.
There was a sort of a minimal level of functioning.
Mm-hmm.
I used to talk about this analogy to various therapists and people I've talked to about how I could describe how my life was at any given moment. And it was an analogy of being in a body of water. And that's where I lived. And if everything was good in my life, then the water came up to my ankles and I could skip and run and play and splash and have fun in the water. But the water could be at any level from my ankles up to just under my nose. And if things were really bad, then the water was right up under my nose, and every bit of energy I had was focused on keeping my nose above the water so that I didn't drown.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget why I said that. I forget where that was coming from.
Well, I can tell you what I'm hearing is that these parts likely kept you alive and or kept the kids alive. I mean, you're talking about keeping you ticking over, keeping your nose above the water, and the other main concern is making sure the kids are looked after.
Yeah, I didn't always do a good job of that, but they were always
yeah. All right.
So, I don't know, I'm a bit lost.
Okay. Well, I'm appreciative of these parts.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's the first time where I've been able to see them both at the same time.
How's it feel?
New.
Mm-hmm.
And weirdly interesting.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's very weird.
Does it feel like the sad part is at a distance?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of going back to the distance analogy or the distance paradigm or tool compared to the time one.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Because if you're seeing the sad part and you're learning some things about it, that's sounds like the right distance.
Yeah.
You're not being overwhelmed by it.
It's kind of weird too because it's not exactly distance either.
Mm-hmm.
It's more what is it? I guess it's distance. It's more kind of like awareness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's distance. But I don't think I have ever been in a place before where I am aware of both the perky part and the sad part at the same time. I don't think I've ever been there before. And
awesome.
yeah, I think it kind of is actually. I think it's kind of like I want to swear quite a lot. I just go, fuck.
Fine with me.
Yeah, finally.
Well, I said fine with me.
Oh, fine with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also finally.
Yeah.
Like it's I don't know, maybe you may not have experienced this, but if you get on a plane and you're leaving a fairly temperate climate,
Mm-hmm.
and you get off the plane, so in my case, it was flying from New Zealand to Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And I left New Zealand. It's a nice mild temperature and a little bit of a breeze. And I stepped off the plane in Hong Kong and I couldn't breathe. It was hot, it was muggy, it was humid, it was, and it was a real shock to the system,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I got in the taxi and the taxi had air conditioning and I just went, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
But then I had to get out of the taxi to go into the hotel and I was hit by this wall of a different atmosphere. Anyway, all of this is to say that's what it feels like when I can see perky and sad at the same time. It's like getting out of that plane in Hong Kong. It's a totally different, everything is different. That atmosphere is different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it takes some adjusting to. There's a little part of me wants to go back to how it's always been.
How did Perky and Sad feel about where you are now versus how it's always been?
Don't know.
Okay.
But scared to ask.
Okay. So the one that's concerned and would just rather go back, it feels like this new space and this new relationship might be too hard to manage, or
It's just unknown.
yeah.
Who knows what it could be.
Yeah.
And the fearful part is fearful that if I do anything other than just be here and kind
with
of
the
acknowledge
distance, without, right.
Yeah. It's fearful that if I do anything else, if I ask any questions, or that one or other of them will take over again.
Okay, maybe.
Pardon?
Yeah, I said maybe. That fear makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Congratulations for finding this little sliver, this little space where you can see them both.
It's quite a big space. It's quite spacious.
Yeah.
But it's quite it's so it's so new that it's quite feels quite delicate or something, or fragile or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder.
I was just going to say, don't disturb it too much, or it might all collapse.
Yeah, I see that. Would it be helpful to think about how to get back here in a not disturbing way?
Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah. Oh, had a little panic there. Don't know what that was about.
Okay.
I think it was a panic about. Oh. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay, it's better. Everybody settle down.
All right.
There was a moment of panic there. About the idea of me coming back to this place on my own. Oh, it's quite strong, that panic.
Okay. There's definitely no requirement that you come back here on your own.
No.
And if it feels safest to do it with me or do it with however else, sign me up.
Yeah.
I'll learn some new jokes for next time.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you. I can still see them. They're still there. And things are feeling a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? The word that's coming is solid, and I don't mean that in a material way. I mean less easily able to be disrupted or
Yeah.
It's feeling a little more. It's a bit easier. It's kind of weird when you can't find the right words for things.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes I see that. Sometimes I see that as a really good sign.
Oh, really?
In parts work, because the quality of the connection is kind of beyond words, and so sometimes we're least connected when we're describing every angle of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting a sense of something and a feeling of something, but describing it is I'm finding quite elusive to do that. I mean, but overall, sort of overarching, it's good.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Good. Yeah, it's good.
I mean, I can hear the tone of your voice and
right,
etc. Sounds good.
And actually, the main characteristic of it is the main sense of it is that it's safe. That's what the main thing is. Which is kind of wild.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. When you said congratulations, this big red bow appeared.
Well, I could say more about the qualities that I'm seeing, but I don't want to disturb anything. So
No. I'm a little bit, there's a little bit like there's a tension in me between just being perfectly okay right here and right now, and knowing that I'm going to have to move to somewhere else in a minute, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know quite how to do that.
Don't know how to exit this space.
Yeah.
Carefully.
Yeah.
Okay. Any way that I can help?
Yeah, yeah.
I know in the past, you've appreciated knowing what I'm up to next.
Oh, yes. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm really excited because I have another IFS conversation scheduled immediately after this one, and that's special, very unusual.
Yes. Are you going to be okay?
I'm feeling great. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we probably need to.
We don't need to hurry up and get off, but I just am feeling happy about that, and wanted to share that with you.
That was brave of you to schedule that.
Yeah.
Was it brave, or am I making that up?
Let me see. I don't know if it was brave. I think, let's check inside. Why did I schedule that? Yeah, because I knew if I didn't schedule with this person in that time that I might not get the chance, and and I could see that they were in a really kind of a special place of just starting to get into the work and starting to trust it. They just did their first solo work like 2 days ago after knowing about it for 6 months or however long.
Yeah.
So that's
that sounds pretty special.
Yeah.
I've just got this thing in my head of you, all these different people and, where they are and their journeys and what they're doing and keeping all these things, keeping all those things safe and up where they should be. And yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. I've finally, you finally convinced me of that.
Good.
So, yeah, it's finding what feeds us. Okay.
Still having fear about transitioning?
No, not quite so much.
Concerns? Okay.
I'm letting these two parts know that this kind of space we're in now is going to change, and everyone seems okay with it. And I don't. None of us really know. We don't really sort of have any plans for what's next, but nobody seems terribly upset about that. I think there's sort of some level of trust that something's going on.
Yep, it certainly is.
I remember saying that to you at one point. And I think we kind of trust the something.
Yeah.
Mostly trust, maybe 90% trust.
Yeah, me too.
Which is a pretty good percentage when you think about it.
So.
Okay.
Thanks
All right.
to your parts, and thank you.
Yeah. And thanks, James. Seems such a silly word, but thank you.
Okay. Hope we can do it again.
Yep, me too.
Get you back on the calendar.
Thank you. And have a good call for the next one.
Okay. Have a good rest of your day.
All right. Yeah, same to you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.